Now that we're jumping into our best of 5 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Bloody Ridge, we do have... he's going for the 12 pull. Let's go. We have the random player rolling Zerg, and I think ByuN is asking for the race. I think he's asking for his race. Good. I need my translations. He's like, what are you playing? He's like, I'm Korean. But here we go. Going for the 12 pull. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing StarCraft Rebellion. It is ByuN. All the banter. Hold on. Okay. Oh, God. If anyone can translate in the chat, I would appreciate it. There's just a lot of text. There's a lot of text going on. Regardless, 12 pull. It is going to be 12 pull here from Dark. I do think that ByuN was asking about the race that Dark was playing, just because, remember, Dark is playing random. So ByuN is unaware. Oh, sorry, so ByuN is unaware. Okay, I think they were having some wordplay earlier. But ByuN, he does not SCV scout. Lings are moving out across the map. Do have a 3-rax opener here, and ByuN has nothing. Because he went CC first. He went CC first? No. So ByuN went CC first into a 3-rax fault. That means he has 0 units. He has 0 units to defend. Lings that have arrived. They do hit the natural. The base is going to be denied here already. And Dark Mass expanding behind this. Lings, they will look to cancel that CC. ByuN, I don't think he cannot save this. Brutal cancellation. Remember, this was CC first as well. Bunker is denied. SCV is going to be going down. ByuN just far too greedy against Dark of all players. Too much greed by ByuN. Supply block as well. Ooh, brutal supply block again because of the denied CC. There's one Marine, just the one. And Lings, they do collapse in. They take down 6 SCV, 7 SCV, 8, 9. Not quite. 8 SCV kills. And again, just one Marine to hold on. That was a brutal supply block as well out of ByuN. Another SCV falls, losing up to 9 workers. There's the TT. That's the emote of crying, Pappy. Oh, no. Feels TT, Pappy. And this is a very rough start for ByuN. Very rough start. Behind this, Dark, he's just droning. He's just chilling. He's content. Now, the one downside for Dark is, of course, how late the gas geyser is. So, later gas geyser. Which means late link speed. But Dark, even getting a ninja base, I mean, he's free to do whatever he wants. He's free to do whatever he wants. And we do see that ByuN is going to be committed. ByuN, he just asked, where are you? Basically, the Overlord here saw the move out. Dark's like, I'm not there. ByuN's like, where are you, Pappy? He's looking for him. They're having fun. Again, for those who don't know, Dark and ByuN, they're good friends, so they like to be cheeky with each other. They like being cheeky. Marines move out. We have colonies back at home. These Marines, they should not do any damage. Yeah. He saw the wall of spines, the question mark, and then the laugh, and then the GG. The best way this could have ended. GG! Dark will take a lead in the series. GG. With that, Dark does take the lead, and we'll see if ByuN can recover. Now, as a reminder, Dark, he did play random, so there was a bit of RNG there, but at the same time, that was also on ByuN. ByuN, he went CC first on Bloody Ridge. Like, he's crazy. He went CC first, so because of that late Marine, late Reaper, late everything, against a 12 pool of all things, so Dark, he punished the greed of ByuN blindly doing so, and again, ByuN blindly just opening up hyper greedy as well. With that, it was punished. GG well played. With that, Dark does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if ByuN can recover coming into game 2. Let's go. As a reminder, this time Dark is playing SC2, and this time ByuN is playing Brood War. And Dark, he's only playing random when he plays Brood War, so this should be he should be picking Zerg this time. I should say ByuN now knows the race of Dark coming into game 2. As we are loading into Fighting Spirit. Here we go. ByuN didn't sign up for that. Oh no. Not like this. But I'm sure there's going to be more banter between the two players, so I'll do my best to try to Google Translate as quickly as I can. But spawning in the top left-hand corner of Fighting Spirit, we do have our South Korean Zerg player, the SC2 Zerg, representing himself. Currently teamless, of course. This is, of course, before his retirement, it is Dark. Leading the series 1-0, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Brood War Terran player, the StarCraft 1 Terran from South Korea, representing Shopify Rebellion. Down in the series, we'll see if he bounces back. We'll see if he can tie things up. It is a ByuN. We go. Now, as we settle into this is of course another 4-player spawn map, so you can spawn in any location. This time Dark is going hatch first. So this time hatch, gas pool, standard open out of Dark. Likewise ByuN, we do expect him to 3-racks. Like, we expect a 3-racks out of ByuN. So we'll see how he sets up on the low ground. Ooh, CC first. CC first. CC first out of ByuN. I would say it is safe to go CC first here than it was on Bloody Ridge. The rush distance by ground is longer. I mean, it is longer depending on the spawn locations, I suppose. But the chances of Dark going 12 pool 2 games in a row is quite low. Oh. Is he asking, where are you? Where did you spawn? Hold on. Okay, interesting. I'm not entirely aware of what they're talking about, but I think ByuN said that he was going to go to the gym after this, and then Dark was like, oh, you coming to X place? I think they're talking about GSL qualifiers? Is that what they're talking about? I would appreciate better translations in chat. Oh, my apologies. Are they talking about? God, they're using such specific verbiage. It's hard to say. They're either talking about qualifiers or they're talking about elections and going out to vote. So uncertain. Meanwhile, yo, shout out to Riddle Skin in the chat. Thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Yeah, he's asking what time like voting is, and he's saying at 10 in the morning. So they're just having a conversation. like they're like completely unrelated to the game. They're just having a conversation. It's like, okay, fair enough. None of it is related to StarCraft. Like, oh, how was your day? Yeah, we're good. Oh. I think Dark is saying that that this map is reminding me, because fun fact, if you didn't know, Dark he's link flooding, by the way. God, I'm a little bit distracted. I think Dark, he was saying that because he used to compete as Terran. He used to be a Terran player. He wasn't always Zerg. He used to play Terran back in the day. And he's saying that like this map reminds me of when he did compete as Terran. I believe that's what he's saying. Meanwhile, Bane Bust. Let's go. Yeah, here we go. Does commit in. We have the bunker ready for this. But the bunker is going to be surrounded. The bus will bring it down. Remember, there's no stim yet. There's no stim. Nice target flying on the banelings. He gets one, he gets two. One barely connects. And Dark will overwhelm. He will overrun the army. He shuts down every single marine. Shuts down all the SCVs. Oh, and with that, I mean, ByuN has been broken. ByuN has been broken. 5 SCVs going to be going down. Takes over the natural. ByuN, he can defend the main at least. The main base should be relatively safe. He's got more Marines on the way. He's got some SimCity as well. But Dark, he's not stopping. Dark, he's still just flooding across the map. He just wants to end the game, Pappy. Oh my god. Let's go. ByuN's like, we were having a nice conversation. And oh god, the main's getting in. They busted it. Oh no! SCV's gonna be going down. Brutal connections. Yeah, brutal connections here as they just mow through every single SCV. 20 SCV's gonna be going down. The main bus does overwhelm, does overrun. Again, ByuN, he never scouted. He had no idea what was going on. Both games so far, 0 scouting out of ByuN. Both games, he's had no idea what's been happening until it's been too late, until it's already in his face. Will ByuN ever scout? Oh, God. As that's going to be 27 SCV kills. Losing up to 27, losing up to, oh, God. Another Marine, 28, 29. Can we get 30? Ah, there's the question. he's like, I just want to play some StarCraft. Let me finish stim one of these games. There's a scan. Scans the main base. Behind this Dark, he's droning. Yeah, all the question marks. He sees the droning, sees saturation. Oh no. Dark, he's like, I got places to be. Give me my paycheck. Oh no. I'm gonna try to translate. Oh. As yeah, ByuN's in a rough position. Well done. Ah, let's go. Dark, I think you said show me your 4 racks. I say show me your 4 racks. I think he named a certain person. Like a certain pro player. Because they use real names, they don't use they don't use IDs, like gamer IDs. He said non-bay 4 racks. Non-bay. I don't know who non-bay is. I don't know what that means. Here we go. ByuN is moving out. As ByuN, he does head towards the third. I mean, the third is exposed, true. Is exposed, stims in. ByuN, he's now back up to 24 SCVs. Like, he's got an economy. As long as he doesn't get surrounded. Speaking of, oh god, oh no. He's getting caught out. Yeah, brutal bailing connections here on the bio, on the fire bats as well. And ByuN is cleaned up. Again, that's all he had left. That was his final army. GG gets called, and Dark, he will take a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played so far. Dark has not been holding back. Game 1, 12 pool. Game 2, Ling Bane all in. And as I mentioned before, both games, ByuN hasn't been scouting. ByuN, he's been not scouting at all. So because that, he just hasn't been prepared because he doesn't know to be prepared. He doesn't know. He's just assuming, he's just taking chances, assuming that Dark is droning, that Dark is taking bases, that Dark is playing standard, Dark is doing anything but. And he's just taking advantage of the fact that ByuN hasn't been checking. I'm sure that'll change coming into our next game. But so far, a really rough setup here from ByuN. The memories of playing Terranai Bailey was true. Exactly. The memories. As we're getting into game 3, and we'll see if ByuN can start the comeback. Let's go. Now, as a reminder as well, as we jump into game 3, KungFu Cup has a unique format. In StarCraft Evolution League, which is a separate tournament, in StarCraft Evolution, or in that tournament, players, they never play the same race against each other, and they always alternate, right? Oh, sorry, they don't always alternate. The loser gets to pick. The loser gets to pick if they want to stay as their current, SC2 or Brood War, or switch to the other one. So that's kind of the format for StarCraft Evolution League. For KungFu Cup, that is not the case. For KungFu Cup, Game 1 is SC2 versus Brood War, Game 2 is Brood War versus SC2, and in a best of 5, Game 3 is Brood War versus Brood War, and Game 4 is SC2 versus SC2, and the ace match is player picks. So KungFu Cup does have a different format, also has a different map pool as well. Like Fighting Spirit, like Bloody Ridge, like these maps aren't really in StarCraft Evolution League. So they have their own kind of approach to this format, and it's a little bit quirkier just because this mod is not balanced for Brood War versus Brood War. It's not like balanced for that sort of thing, but they have fun anyway with it. And I'll be honest, usually the Brood War versus Brood War matches are the most entertaining. I'll be honest. As they're typically a lot longer as well. Like, we typically embrace like the mid game to the late game with Brood War versus Brood War, as opposed to these shorter games. But we'll see if that's the case as we are loading into a pseudo island map. One of my favorite maps in StarCraft Evolution. We're loading into Monty Hall. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the Brood War random player. The random player we see this time landing on Protoss. So we have the Brood War Protoss. It is Dark. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have in the top left hand corner, we have the Brood War Terran player. We have the red Terran. It is ByuN for Shopify Rebellion. Hold on. What are they saying? Are they talking about what they had to eat today? Are they? Oh, yeah. So Dark, he said, oh, this is an island map. Isn't it boring? And ByuN said, wait, it's an island map? And Dark's like, yes. And ByuN's like, oh. Maybe ByuN hasn't played too much on this, but this is a quote-unquote island map. What that means is, as you can see here, we are fully walled in. We're fully walled in here in our main, and you have to mine through the minerals. So it's not really an island map, but it's like a pseudo-island map, just because of the minerals, of course. Meanwhile, we do see that Darky does expand here on the right-hand side. ByuN planning to expand it through the center. Based on how ByuN is mining, it does look like he hasn't played on this map before. What I mean by that, that gold mineral patch is only one mineral. So you can mine that patch and then instantly expand. But because it's mining through the regular minerals, it tells me, and because the CC is a little bit further back, I mean, ByuN just said it in the text as well, that he wasn't too familiar with this map. But it's going CC first, intellectual axis. What I will say, I was about to say, that because of the mineral walls, it means that rushing is more difficult on this map as well. In a way, like it's a little bit more complicated. But the Probe Scout does confirm the 3-rack. So 3-rack stim timing here out of ByuN. If you remember, ByuN attempted this last time. Ooh, and ByuN does get a full scout. Now ByuN knows he's playing Protoss, of course. He didn't know he was playing he knew he was playing random. Now he's aware of his race. What's he saying? It's like, how'd you get in? Hold on. Yeah, that's what he said. ByuN, he just said, how'd you get inside? That tells me, again, he didn't know about the gold mineral. Yeah, so again, this gold mineral patch, it's only one mineral, so a worker can squeeze in. So Dark, he's telling him about the map, which is nice. He's teaching ByuN. Oh, they're bantering. Okay. There's just so many screenshots, so many photos. I think Dark asks, like, what's this Marine doing here? And ByuN's like, I'm just passing by. Dark, like, haven't you already tried this? Referring to the 3x stim. Now, when it comes to 3x stim, this is a really powerful push. Like, when it hits with Marines, medics, and of course the sim timing. ByuN did try this earlier, but he was killed before he could really get this going. But this time, Dark is double expanding. Ooh, very greedy. Dark going for the gate expand into a third Nexus. Very greedy build here by Dark. Now, a couple of things. Dark, he has opted not to mine the center patches, and he, of course, scouted where his opponent was. So Dark, he knows that ByuN expanded in the middle, so he's expanding on the edges instead, which are safer because, again, there's no base here to abuse. And you can see the Dragoon is here as well. The Dragoon is here to make sure that ByuN doesn't mine through these patches. So this stim timing is really strong, but how do we pull this off? Like, how do we be aggressive? Because ByuN, he hasn't mined through these patches, and he hasn't mined through these patches, so the only way it crosses through the center, but there's nothing in the center. and there's no way in. So like the only way to pull this off is if you pull the boys, because you have to pull the boys to mine through these patches, but that's what the Dragoons are for. So this is showing the inexperience of ByuN on this map. Like, I don't think ByuN realizes what's happening. I mean he hasn't seen it, he hasn't scouted, right? Like, he hasn't scouted, unlike Dark. Yeah, ByuN, he arrives, he's like, oh, that's a bit awkward. He moves in, there's just a full mineral wall here. He does get a Dragoon, late reaction, but that's all he can do. I mean, does get a Dragoon, which is nice, but Dark, he gets away with so much greed. Like, again, Dark, he rushed into a third, and ByuN can't do anything about it. Like, he does pull that boy, there we go, SV's on the way. But how many, like, he has to do so many trips. It's 30 minerals. I should also emphasize, for those that haven't seen this map, this gold mineral patch is one mineral, but only an SCV can fit through. Like, only a worker can fit through this. A marine cannot. He doesn't know. ByuN, he doesn't know. See, he can't fit. No. Dark, he saw. He was like, mate, your marines are too fat. They're too thick. They can't fit, Bappy. Oh, no. ByuN. He hasn't played on this map before. Aye. So, Dark gets away with so much greed. Like, Dark has been cheesing game 1 and game 2. Game 3, this just shows like the experience of Dark and the inexperience of ByuN. And Dark is just being so greedy as a result. Behind this, going into Master Dragoon, into Reaver production. Aye. So, so again, ByuN's in a really awkward place. Now, what I will say, it's not like ByuN was all in. Like, ByuN is expanding, but this timing had to do damage, to be honest. Like, this early sim timing was built to do damage. Because it didn't, Dark is ahead. He's not like, you know, insanely ahead, but he's ahead. Like, Dark is in a better position. Dark is now embracing his own gateway composition, getting into Reaver production, of course. Right now, the pressure is on ByuN to get some damage here as well. The Reaver drop has arrived. Reaver drop going for the depot. Interesting. Gets a marine. Oh. No shuttle speed. That is risky, by the way. Shuttle speed has not been researched, so this shuttle is actually more vulnerable than it should be. But he gets an SCV, gets a marine. Nothing major yet. Again, because there's no shuttle speed, he cannot get into the mineral line. Like, that just won't happen. Stargate. Ooh. Stargate's on the way. Getting ready for Sky Toss. Yeah, ByuN not paying attention. 3 marines go down. Nice pick off here with the Reaver. We do see the ByuN, he's at least scouting with the Raxes. He's going into mech. Of course, that's why the Raxes are floating. Oh my god. Tank does, oh, tank falls, and the shuttle barely gets away. This is so crazy that Dark is doing this without shuttle speed. Like, lack of shuttle speed, like that, it is insane to risk the Reaver like this, but he gets away with it. Does get a tank, and we have mass factory on the way. Mass mech here from ByuN. But the game will progress. Like, for the first time this series, we're getting into the mid game. Here we go. We're getting into the mid game. 4th base now on the way for Dark. Behind this, Fleet Beacon for Sky Toss, Temple Archives for Storm, and we have Mass Stargate on the way. Throw them down. They were almost there. There's a scan. Scan sees everything. Almost everything. Scan runs out. But the scan did get eyes on the Temple Archives, on the Forge, on the researching Cyber Core as well. And Dark, he does decide not to throw down the Stargates. Yeah, because of the scan. Or at least he delays. So Dark playing it safe. He respects the scan. ByuN is pushing on the right-hand side. There is some side defense to just buy some time. There you go. Carrier production has begun. 2 more Stargates. We do have, is it called Graviton Thrusters? It's the Interceptor upgrade on the way. There are some of these like more niche upgrades that I just don't know what they're named. Is it No, it's not Graviton Thrusters. It's something else, right? We'll wait for it. It'll say eventually on the right hand side. But this upgrade does double the capacity of interceptors on the carrier. Here we go. Let's break out. Oh, it's just called carrier capacity. There's nothing fancy. What's the upgrade called? It's just called carrier capacity. What does it do? It just increases the capacity on the carrier. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. Sure. Yeah. Nothing fancy. Yo, the brutal people out there looking like, yo, what's the Tempest upgrade called in SC2? We're like, oh, tectonic destabilizers. So what does it do? It's like, oh, it does increase bonus damage to like buildings. It's like, why do you just call it like bonus building damage? Like, why are you trying hard with like this like tectonic destabilizer? What are you crazy? Hey, just building damage. Oh yeah, fair. Okay. Aye. Oh. Oh, he gets caught out. Yeah, it does get caught out. Massive catch here. Getting one, getting two. Reavers. Very nice catch. ByuN laughs. Let's go. And again, as I mentioned before, Dark, he was doing this without shuttle speed. Like, that's what was crazy about that. What do they say? Dark's like, Marines are imba, papi. Well, let's see. Okay. Dark, he just said, oh my god. He just said, oh my god. That was a bug. There was a bug in the game. No. And ByuN was laughing. The game glitched out. Can we redo? Can we re? Yeah. ByuN's like, no, take it. So yeah, settling in. Again, of course, ByuN embracing his mass mech army. That's a lot of tanks, that's a lot of vultures. Science House is on the way. Dark overextending here. Zelsay move in, but where's the support? Yeah, the Dragoons are just too far behind. Like, how do you deal with this kind of army? I would say Skytos with Arbiters. Like, Arbiters are very good in the late game when it comes to dealing with this kind of mech composition. If you're curious, what is the Arbiter is kind of like the Mothership. Like, it's the Protoss, like, air spellcaster. And it does, of course, provide cloak, it does recall, but more importantly than all of that, the Arbiter does provide, as we do Storm Drop, Jesus. Storm Drop in the army, but the Arbiter does stasis fields, and the stasis fields are basically like I guess stasis traps from the Oracle, except they're instant. They're not a cast, so you can just throw down stasis fields and lock down the tanks or lock down whatever they can catch, of course. And they're a very strong supportive unit here for the Skytos army, but alas, Dark is not quite there yet. Yeah, he doesn't have the Arbiter Tribunal. So he doesn't have the building for it. He's going mass carrier, which is good, but it's going to be pure carrier. There's going to be very limited to ground support. So we have one High Templar in the Prism. We have some Dragoons. We can see Dark taking ByuN's bases. It's crazy. It does take his expansions. Storm coming in. Storm does come in. Zealots are running out of Zealots. Limited Goliaths, so we could Defense Matrix. There we go, Goliath goes down, does force on siege. Dark is going mass Skytos, but still no Arbiters, which is a bit of a concern. It means there's going to be less finesse with this army, it's going to be more brute force. I mean, it still might work, by the way, we'll see. As carriers are pushing forward, we have the Defense Matrix. Yeah, nice Storm here on the army, on the Goliaths. Storm pops up. But the ground army does crumble. And now it's all about the Goliaths here. Are there enough of them? They get one carrier. Only one. Yeah, only one carrier. There's not enough Goliaths, not enough anti-air. Dark he overwhelms. Oh my god. Dark, that entire fight, he was just typing out an essay. He was just chilling back and just typing on up. I understand the crying emoji from Dark. Sorry, from ByuN. What did Dark say? He's like, no hands. Hold on. Oh no. He said pro gamer Hyunwoo ByuN, I win. And then Dark was, then ByuN was like, ah, crying emoji. Not like this. And again, Dark, he typed that while he was A moving in. Meanwhile, Maelstrom is on the way. Let's go for the Dark Archons. Maelstrom is being researched. We do have Mass Goliath setting up here from ByuN. ByuN, I mean, he still has bases. He still has bases, still has an economy. How many Goliaths does he have? 29! He has 29 Goliaths. This is where I am concerned about the lack of support for these carriers, by the way. Like Goliaths, if you get 29 of them, they're pretty good. Ooh. Again, we are working on those Dark Archon upgrades. It's interesting that, again, we're not going for the Arbiter, we're going for Dark Archons to support instead, which, I mean, they have their place, of course. Have their place. Yo, time to mind control an SCV. Kahapa. So we go. ByuN, he is gaining ground. He's pushing on the right-hand side. Here we go. The initial Dark Archon is on the way. Again, I'm still not convinced by the mass carrier. It is how many? 15 carriers against 42 Goliaths. 42 Goliaths. This is not everything. We have more on the way. That's crazy. Yes, here we go. Does try to commit in. Ooh, yeah, brutal EMP. EMP on the carriers. That was from the science vessels. The carriers are very low. And yeah, you can see the Goliaths, they hold their own. Again, we do need something else coming in. And Maelstrom can help. Maelstrom, for those who are curious, is Dark, he's like, hey, what's going on? Why, I meant to win this game, Pappy. No. Let's go. The Mass Goliath is crazy. What even is a carrier? I'm trying to get that final translation. Oh, he's asking, he question marked. He's like, why didn't Maelstrom work? Hold on. True. Maelstrom, I believe, only works on biological, right? Yeah. Oh, Dark, now it's his turn not to know how things work. True. So he just tried to Maelstrom Wikipedia. I believe Maelstrom is only biological, right? Maelstrom StarCraft. Yes, only organic units. Yeah, it does nothing. Dark, misread. He didn't know. ByuN didn't know how this map works, and Dark going into the Dark Archons, it does nothing. The Maelstrom does nothing. For those, Maelstrom is like an AoE stun. It's like a big AoE stun. He feedbacks, I suppose. Does feedback at least. He can do some, at least that. He can also mind control, I suppose. But yeah, these Dark Archons are not going to be as useful as he wanted them to be. Maelstrom is by, yeah. That's what Dark was asking about. So dead supply. Now morphing in High Templar, getting into Storm. But again, I still stand by saying that Arbiters would have been a better supportive units than either Dark Archon or High Templar. You could argue Zealots as well against Mass Goliath, right? Have Zealot reinforcements or Zealot support could work as well. I mean, Storm is gonna be okay. It'll be okay. As Goliath's having a hard time rotating. Mineral line goes down, and from here we can rotate from one base to the other. Base goes down. Oh my god. Base goes down. Carriers, they rotate. Goliaths, they're racing on over. They're stumbling in. Another CC goes. Jesus. Another CC goes down. Here come the Wraiths. Oh my god. Yeah, Mass Wraith comes in. And we'll be able to snipe. And no detection. Zero detection. The cloak. Oh my god. Observer comes in. Never mind. Observer has arrived. But that was how many? That was what? 4 carriers going down. Let's go. The rates. You could argue that Valkyries maybe would have been a little bit better. It's hard to say, as they do more splash damage, less so than single target. Corsairs are in production here to help support the army. Help against the raids. Harrier's moving in. Doesn't quite get the vessel. As another base goes down, ByuN's economy is so solid. ByuN has a massive bank. Storm drop. Storm. Storm. There we go. Yo, I love the storm animation in Brood War. It's so good. Look at that. Oh god, the storms. Like, just even looking at them, it just looks like it just hits harder. Look at the storms, man. They're crazy. They're cracked. They just hit different. Speaking of disruption web, true. Okay, yeah, disruption web. I mean, he spams a little bit too much, and he runs out of energy. Oh, that's a little bit dangerous. For those that are curious, disruption web is kind of like blinding cloud. It's kind of like an SC2 blinding cloud, where any units in it can't use any abilities. Storm with some of the wraiths, but Dark, he's a little bit trigger happy there. Does spam them out. Yeah, true. Disruption web also a great use and great tool against the Goliaths. The Archons are still there. I like how they're on full energy. They don't know what to do. They're like, what do you... Hey, do it. Mind control and SCV. Oh no! Ooh, as Dark does miss rally, losing 4 High Templar. Yeah, 4 Templar go down. 0 storms. ByuN, despite the rough start, he can pull this off. Takes down 1, takes down 2 carriers. Yeah, boys being pulled again. Dark getting desperate. Dark, he's broke. Dark, he's out of money. He's running out of money, running out of resources. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, as we do have some mind controls. That's what the animation was. So ByuN, sorry, Dark, he tried to mind control some wraiths. It kind of worked. But ByuN, I think he's done it. ByuN, yeah, he started stepping in. At this one, he has done it. He didn't even know what this map was. But at the same time, Dark also didn't know how the Maelstrom worked either. So, I mean, you know, there's... Information is key. And both players lacking information in this game. But in the end, ByuN, he doesn't need to know. He just needs Mass Goliath, papi. Let's go. Does move in. Oh no, the rally. High Templar. Oh my god. There's the first storm. Storms, they do slow down the army. They do get, oh my god, they do get some damage done on the Goliaths. Carrier's trying to move in. Another storm. We have Archons pushing forward as well. And show us those disruption webs. Again, Dark can be quite efficient with his army. Oh no, the carriers, they're going down. Losses that Dark cannot afford. Yeah, brutal losses there for Dark. Dark getting knocked down to, how many? Down to 3. Down to 3 carriers. That was 11 carriers going down for 55 Goliaths. He killed 55 Goliaths in that fight. That is insane. And there's still 27. Still 27 left over. We just keep pumping them out. Just more Goliaths. I think it does hit harder. It does. It does. Sorry, but sorry if I implied that it is only visually looking harder, but it does hit harder. It does. Than the SC2 Storm. Which fits the animation. And at this point, Dark is all in. At this point, Dark, again, he's just running out of bases, running out of resources, long distance mining, is pushing through the center. And Dark is trying to break through, but ByuN has a bank. Now, if Dark can get on top of the production, nice destruction webs. Let's go. Does mind control. Yo, Dark, he's got some of his own Goliaths. They're online. Oh, yeah. Give them back to me. Give me back my Goliaths. Oh, no. Not like this. Oh, my God. I mean, nice storms at the choke point. Brutal storms. Oh my God. Yeah, ByuN just kind of push into this. We got the storm and disruption web combo. More storm zoning. I mean, Dark, he's trading quite well for himself, considering he's down to 2 carriers, by the way. Like, he doesn't really have many carriers left. The damage is almost purely from the storms, and he just doesn't have enough. He does not have enough here. At the same time, Zella run by 18 SCVs. ByuN, he was distracted. 19 SCVs going down. Dark, he pulls away. Again, he's just running out of carriers. And again, it's still like his own income is quite limited. Has to pull away. We still have Mass Goliath pushing in. Spirit, is that you? Jesus. Spirit, he was also known for just going Mass Goliath. Yeah, Spirit was the reason why the Goliath got nerfed, like at the start of the year. Mass Goliath coming in. Meanwhile, jeez, that's a lot of High Templar. Okay. Yeah, we heard you like some storms, but we are out in the open. Where are the webs? Yeah, the disruption webs are not here. Storms, I mean, nice spread here by ByuN. Storms popping up. Where are the mind controls? Oh my God, the storms! ByuN, he's standing in the storms. They're crazy. Jesus, the pure storm defense. Dark holds. I was concerned he was going to be punished for having disruption web. Meanwhile, ByuN switching to mass vulture instead. I mean, there would be a way to close the distance. Oh, spider mines are being thrown down. As Alright, they'll slip in. Economies are low for both players, but there is a minefield. Now, you can actually use the Archons to clear this up, to just, like, tank some of these spider mines. Ooh, as he does get behind the mineral line. Does Dark notice? Uh-oh. As the minefield is set. And I can see these spider mines killing every single High Templar. Oh, no. Moves in with the Dark Archons, kind of. Observer has arrived. Okay, scouts, he sees. Yeah, big moment. He does see the spider mine, and now we can clear it up with the Dragoons, of course. Yeah, we'll clean them up. Whew. Okay. It's very tense. Meanwhile, Vulture on by the right hand side. Got some zealots. Dark is keeping up. Storm does graze the army. This seems super annoying, similar to what I mean, they're both mines, but they're both quite different. Oh, actually, mind controlling the tanks. Nice snipes. He gets all 3 tanks. 0 tanks left. Very nice mind controls. And now mind control whatever he can. Oh, never mind. Not quite able to. Oh, just trying to feedback. Oh, right. Just trying to feedback. Storms are coming in. Do we land those EMPs? Oh my God, brutal EMP. Yeah, the High Templar that was stacking. Limited storms. EMP did pop off. Boys are being pulled. Do we have another storm? If we had a couple of storms, we could kill this army. The Archons are morphing in. Tank does siege. It's close, but the Archons, yeah, they break through. The Archons do break through. Again, that was an insane EMP. But alas, Dark, he will claim the fight. He will break the expansion. The regular Archons, they push through. There's that disruption web. GG gets called, and Dark, he will take the series 3-0, flexing not just his Zerg, not just his Terran, but his Protoss as well. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A very intense, very back and forth game. Remember, initially, Like, ByuN had a really rough start. He didn't realize it was like a pseudo island map, and he went for a stim timing that did 0 damage. He killed one Dragoon. He missed his timing. We saw Dark able to just mass expand and get a massive economic lead. We saw ByuN trying to switch into mech, and it was a bit of an awkward transition into mech as well. We saw that Dark had a big power spike with his carriers, but he had his own mistake. He had his own misread. Remember when he went into mass Dark Archon, and he tried to mass Maelstrom the army, and it did nothing. And he was like, what? He was like, what's happening? Why is nothing happening? And ByuN's like, Papi, these are not biological units. He's like, oh. So then suddenly we had like the mass cyclone, and with that the carriers were shut down. Remember, there were like 20 carriers that went down to like 4 carriers. Very clutch rate back and forth. A lot of zealot run-bys, a lot of vulture counterattacks, a storm popping off as well. We saw some mind controls, which is a rare sight. That was a beautiful game, and a really nice display of so many different aspects of like Protoss and Terran as well. Like even ByuN, like he was able to pop off even in the final fight with the EMP, right? He EMP'd almost every High Templar. That was a juicy EMP out of ByuN. But remember, in the lead up to that fight, he lost all his tanks. Remember, the mind control sniped the tanks, which forced ByuN to kill his own tanks, and he lost them all before the fight occurred, so there was no tank line to work with, only tank reinforcements. So there was like a lot of layers coming into that, but really clutch, really intense from both players. GG, well played. Crazy. Can you storm on top of Arbiter Stasis? Just like regular stasis traps, the units that are stasis are not able to be hurt, so they're invulnerable. So I guess you could storm, but it wouldn't do any damage. With that GG, well played. Congratulations here to Dark, as he will claim the series 3-0 and become KungFu Cup number 9's champion. Congratulations here. Again, especially because ByuN is known for being very dominant in StarCraft Evolution, and once again, it's one of those things, we said this before, that it's very unfortunate that Dark, you know, he retired in his prime, right? I mean, obviously, you know, he lived his life, and you know, he's got a family now, and military was coming, but I should say it's a little bit bittersweet that, you know, he steps away when he's so good at the game. Whether it's StarCraft Evolution, whether it's StarCraft 2 as well. I always mention this, but if you remember, what was Dark's last tournament before he retired? It was the Pixel Festival number 9, if I recall. It was either number 9 or number 5. I think it was number 6 and number 5. I think it was number 6. And in that tournament, what did he do? He beat Serral. he beat Serral in a ZVZ, showing that, I mean, again, Serral, he's the best Zerg player in the world. So for Dark to pull that off was very impressive performance, a very impressive feat, just before military service. So again, Dark showing that he was the best Zerg player in South Korea before leaving, and we spoke about this. Now there's a power vacuum in South Korea when it comes to Solar and Rogue and Shin, and like who's currently vying for that kind of best Zerg in Korea at the moment, and still I would say is undefined. But yeah, like Dark is a really good player, really solid, and really impressive play here from Dark. GG, well played. Taking down Dark in the finals. Here we go. Crazy, even dads get drafted in the military. I mean that makes sense. Like, it would be kind of weird if they didn't, because then you'd be like promoting this weird thing where like you want guys to become fathers early so they can skip like the draft. Like that'd be kind of weird. But yeah. So best of luck to Dark, of course, and again, really well played. GG. GG, well played. And with that, now because this broadcast is ending a little bit early, I think I'm okay covering some show matches. Here. So we do have the replays here of a best of 7 show match that did take place, and I'm more than happy to jump into it. We're going to be having a short break here. That is the end of the KungFu Cup. Actually, I'll just switch our scenes over. We can catch up with the bracket itself. Again, Dark didn't drop a single map. Dark 2-0 over Kiwi and 2-0 over Young Yakov and 3-0 over ByuN. Bearing in mind that Dark was playing random every time he played Brood War, so a very impressive showing here by Dark, not dropping a single map. Likewise, ByuN also had a good performance as well before going down to Dark in those finals. So again, that was the bracket for this event. We are going to be going on a short break though, and we do have another cast ready. Shout out to the STC. The STC did actually organize a show match. He was kind enough to provide replays, and we do have a best of 7 show match to jump into. Also StarCraft Evolution, so still within theme of StarCraft Evolution here. We do have a best of 7 between Shin and Dice. Dice is a retired Korean Terran player from many years ago, so it's going to be that ZVT. I never got to cast Dice. I never had the luxury of doing so I don't know what form he's in, but clearly he's playing StarCraft Evolution, otherwise he wouldn't step in. And I would say that Shin is the 2nd best Zerg player in StarCraft Evolution, 2nd best only to Dark. So Shin is a very strong, very competent player. We'll see how Dice performs. We'll see how he compares to Shin. We'll see. So we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, best of 7 show match, Shin versus Dice. Let's go. Let us go. So we'll see you soon after the break. See you soon.